Continuing from the previous episode 1010. At this time, the leaders of the Burning Incense Pavilion troop, located several kilometers away from the hill, gathered around and seemed to be discussing something. There seems to be a heaven-shattering battle in the hills ahead. At this time, Mu Feng said slightly, obviously with his powerful yin-yang method, even at such a long distance, he could vaguely sense something. I also felt it. It seemed that a very strong battle broke out in front of me, because I felt the extremely hot battle fluctuations, and there was one thing that I was very familiar with. The aura was even a bit like the aura of my senior brother Btth2, but it was just that. It's too far apart, I'm not sure. At this time, Qin Xin also spoke slowly. Qin Xin was directly accepted as a disciple by Qing Lao, the deputy head of the Tiandian Temple, so she could be regarded as a person from the Tiandian Temple, and she was naturally very familiar with the aura of the senior brother Btth. You can't sense it wrong, right? The ghost energy in front of you is too big, and the impact on perception is too great. Why didn't I feel it? At this time, several other powerhouses also said, and the one who spoke at this time was Wang Chen, the fifth senior brother of the Ground Hall, Wang Chen. Chen's current strength has also completely reached the 6-star Do Emperor consummation. It can be said that he is a powerful group of people in the Burning Incense Pavilion. I noticed it too. At this time, the third senior brother of the Earth Palace, Zhang Wumeng, also looked into the distance and spoke slowly. Me too, said Xingyu, the fourth senior brother of the Earth Hall. The fourth senior brother of the Earth Hall has already stepped into the half-step 7-star Do Emperor, while the third senior brother Zhang Wumeng has stepped into the real 7-star Do Emperor early stage. Among this group of people, the two are the most powerful. In that case, I'll go take a look. You guys stay here and take charge of our large army of Burning Incense Pavilion. The next moment, Mu Feng spoke directly. It's too dangerous. Even me is troubled by that aura. You go alone, I'm not at ease. As soon as Mu Feng finished speaking, Zhang Wumeng shook his head and said, he is responsible for the safety of these disciples, so he absolutely does not. It would be dangerous to let anyone go. Don't worry, even if I can't beat them, I can still escape. And the people of the Xuanling royal family are eyeing us, we can't separate too much power. I'll come as soon as I go. After Mu Feng finished speaking, he immediately hid his breath and headed towards the hill. Everyone is on alert. Once you find any trouble, report it immediately. As Mu Feng left, a series of orders were also arranged by Ling Zan in an orderly manner. At this time, on the hill, Xiao Yan and his party became quiet after defeating the members of the Xuanling royal family. Senior brother, are you all right? In the light curtain barrier, Xiao Yan and the others also asked slowly. Hey, we're fine. When I first entered the Blood River, because the teleportation formation was separated from you, I immediately went to find some treasures. When I was hunting a demon beast, I was taken advantage of by the Xuanling royal family Urshan and Santian. With the current scene, senior brother Btth said with a smile. It's fine. What about our big army of Burning Incense Pavilion? Xiao Yan seemed to be thinking of something and asked. Don't worry about this. In order to prevent the Xuanling royal family from taking action on our large army, among them, there is a 7-star Do Emperor early stage and a half-step 7-star Do Emperor strong escort, although it is not as good as us, but in the Blood River first. The first floor is enough to protect oneself. Btth seemed to see Xiao Yan's concerns, said Btth. Hee, it's still Big Brother who has a heart. However, it should be a deadly battle with the Xuanling royal family in the near future. At that time, I hope the Big Brother will shoulder the control of the large army. After all, I'm not good at that kind of commanding other people's battles. If I command randomly, it will hurt them. Xiao Yan grinned. Okay, among the disciples of the Fenxiang Pavilion and the Xuanling royal family, except for the top powerhouses, we can handle others. Btth heard the words and knew that Xiao Yan did not deliberately shirk, but was really not good at it. Don't worry, Xiao Yi and I will naturally deal with those powerhouses of the Xuanling royal family. Xiao Yan said with a smile. Junior brother, no matter when, don't forget there are us. Although our strength is not as tyrannical as yours, I, the dignified man of Fenxiang Pavilion, have always been afraid of the word. Btth said impassively. Yes. Xiao Yan also nodded heavily. Ah, our little junior sister still has this kind of short blade. It seemed that when Xiao Yan said this, the only woman among the 7 people in the hall, laughed directly. Obviously, he had noticed from the situation just now. There is some vague relationship between Mu Yingying and Xiao Yan. Seeing Luan Yu constantly chatting and laughing with Xiao Yan, even Mu Yingying, who was always indifferent, flashed a little chill in her beautiful eyes. There are some things that you need to grasp and fight for yourself. Otherwise, it will be a pity if you miss it. Luan Yu also looked at Mu Yingying and said meaningfully, "Cough, cough, cough. Since it's all right, then when we discuss the land of sacred flame, we'll go look for the big troops." In order to resolve the embarrassment, Yan Kai coughed a few times and hurriedly changed the subject. Originally, this silly little sister of mine had promised to leave with her after the sect competition, but looking at her appearance, I am afraid that things will not be so simple. Where is this holy flame land? As Yan Kai opened his mouth, everyone's eyes shifted slightly to him. Although Yan Kai can't use his own power now, his familiarity with the Blood River is probably too much stronger than their disciples. The land of Holy Flame, in the core area of the Blood River, is also the place where senior brother Yintong fell. Yan Kai said with a little regret and hunger. Senior brother Yintong, Xiao Yan murmured after hearing this. He is the legend of our burning incense pavilion, and he is even more proud, but I don't know why the previous time. Mu Tianyuan said emotionally, eldest brother, and seeing this appearance a few people in the Tiandian hurriedly said safety. There are rumors in the outside world that almost all of our Fenxiang Pavilion disciples fell last time, all because of senior brother Yintong, but I don't believe it. Mu Tianyuan said directly, since I don't believe it, then this time, we will not only clear up the old and new hatred that the Xuanling royal family owes us, but also thoroughly clarify the secret and give justice to senior brother. Xiao Yan directly supported the big brother. Senior brother Mu Tianyuan's shoulder, and then smiled. You. Mu Tianyuan was stunned by Xiao Yan's behavior. Obviously, this little junior brother didn't even ask a question, he just believed his own words. Okay, have ambition. Next, I'll tell you what you need to pay attention to this time in the Holy Flame Land. Seeing this, Yan Kai couldn't help but feel relieved. This time, the land of Holy Flame is in the core area of the Blood River. The land of Holy Flame will be opened every 100 years. I don't know what happened in the previous sect competition. The large army of Burning Incense Pavilion entered it, so very few people knew the specific situation. And the land of Holy Flames, of course, has the existence of holy flames, but something like holy flames can be said to be something that can only be followed and cannot be forced. But there is one thing I would like to remind you of. I have been fortunate enough to enter the land of Holy Flames, and the land of Holy Flames seems to be extremely uneven. In other words, the land of Holy Flames once possessed the aura of an alien race. Yan Qi's voice was like a dazzling voice, shocking everyone. : Continuing from the previous episode 1011. There is an aura of a foreign evil race in the land of Holy Flames? Xiao Yan couldn't help frowning upon hearing this news. For Holy Flames, Xiao Yan could be said to be in urgent need. Because of cultivating the Fenju cultivation technique, Xiao Yan could only devour the Holy Flames as he did when he was on the Great Way of Doqi, so that he could gain jaw-dropping power. However, something like Holy Flame is something that cannot be found. Anyone who encounters one is enough to be considered lucky for 3 lives, not to mention a guy like Xiao Yan who wants to devour Holy Flames. Although I can't be very sure, there is a high probability that it will not be wrong. Yan Kai said, in that case, I'm afraid it's going to be troublesome. I am afraid that the Xuanling royal family has been infiltrated by the Blood Demon clan now, and this land of Holy Flame may have the power of foreign evil clan. I am afraid there will be some connection between the two. At this time, always quiet Xiao Yi couldn't help but said. The Xuanling royal family colluded with the evil tribes outside the territory. After going back this time, they must tell the strong people of the sect, and then punish them properly. Mu Tianyuan said, forget it. Now is not the time to think about these issues. Let's go to the big army first, and then go to the Holy Flame Land to talk about it. Xiao Yan thought for a while, then spoke slightly. Yep, but this boundless *** river is so huge, how can I find it? Xiao Yi agreed and asked weakly. We have a connection with the big army, so it's simple. After Mu Tianyuan finished speaking, he was about to take something out of his hand and said immediately. Who? Come out. Just when Mu Tianyuan was about to act, Xiao Yan suddenly shouted at the back of a rock on the hill. Hee hee, Xiao Yan, it's really you. After confirming the source of the voice, Mu Feng appeared and said happily. Mu Feng, aren't you with the big army? Xiao Yan couldn't help but wonder when he saw this familiar companion flashing out from behind the rock. Our main force has come to this hill 1,000 meters away. We felt a familiar atmosphere, so we sent me over to take a look. Mu Feng said with a smile. Since the large army has arrived, let's go. Xiao Yan smiled when he heard this. As soon as everyone's voice fell, they immediately followed Mu Feng along the way, chatting and laughing, and meeting with the Fenxiang Pavilion's main force, and when the elites of the Fenxiang Pavilion and the large force converged, they moved towards the core area of the Blood River, the Holy Flame. The location of the land came together, and because of the elite presence of Xiao Yan and his party along the way, they did not hide, but marched forward in a mighty manner. At the same time, other places are slowly rushing towards the land of Holy Flames. Senior sister, what are we going to do now? In a dark corner of the Blood River, a large group of people slowly appeared here, and the leaders were surrounded by them, obviously planning something. The current Blood River is full of ghosts, and the guys in the Xuanling royal family, for some reason, have greatly increased their strength. The leading figure spoke slowly, with some doubts in his voice. Senior sister, I'm afraid we need to be more careful this time. After all, the senior sisters in the sect who participated in the sect competition last time did not follow. The woman spoke slowly, her voice very light. The two headed by this are naturally Wudu and Linju, the senior sisters of the poison sect. Wudu's strength has already reached the late stage of the 7-star Do Emperor, and Linju's strength is also close to half a step of the 7-star Do Emperor. Yep, the 4-day congregation of the Xuanling royal family, after entering the Blood River realm, was lucky enough to fight against their 4th-day congregation. It was very strong, but the aura was also extremely strange. I'm afraid the only plan now is to go to the land of Holy Flames first. When you meet the people of Fenxiang Pavilion and Wanhua Pavilion, you will definitely stand with them. Wudu said thoughtfully. Senior sister, why is this? Lin Zhu said in a very puzzled way. With the information of the Xuanling royal family, it is natural to know the affairs between our three forces. Therefore, with such a huge grievance between the Fenxiang Pavilion and the Xuanling royal family, the members of the Xuanling royal family will definitely not let us go. The 5 poisons explained. Well, I know senior sister, let's go. Lin Zhu nodded slightly when she heard the words, but she didn't know why. When she heard that senior sister once fought with the Xuanling royal family on the 4th day, Lin Zhu's mind actually Xiao Yan's picture flashed. Although Lin Zhu and Xiao Yan have not officially met, according to the information, Lin Zhu is also very much looking forward to this outstanding new disciple from the Burning Incense Pavilion. I hope this guy can make Fenxiang Pavilion's ranking a little better this time. After Lin Chu finished speaking, she directly led the team with the 5 poisons in front of hundreds of people. Sisters of Wanhua Pavilion, this time, we don't want to get a high ranking, but when we can, we hope to help Fenxiang Pavilion. At this time, among the huge team of Wanhua Pavilion, the first senior sister Shuki said to the sister at the rear. Everything is according to senior sister. The sisters in the back naturally knew about the affairs between the 3 sects of their power, so at this time, the relationship between the Fenxiang Pavilion, the Wanhua Pavilion and the Poison sect became extremely relaxed. Then, let's go. The land of Holy Flame. This will be the last battlefield. Fenxiang Pavilion guys, I hope you don't disappoint. After Shu Qi finished speaking, she was directly accompanied by several disciples and gathered towards the Holy Flame land. Senior brother, what should we do now? Song Yu, who was wearing a sword on his back at the other place, asked. Hey, Feng Lin, how about our Wanja men join forces with your ancient desolate hall? At this time, the senior brother of Wanja men, Jian Xin said slowly. Joining forces? The elder brother Feng Lin, who took the lead in the ancient desolate palace, was also slightly shocked when he heard the words. A few guys from the Xuanling royal family, since the end of the previous sect competition, I don't know why their strength has skyrocketed. I have a hunch, it seems that their goal is not just Holy Flame. And there are some extremely mysterious auras in their bodies, so if my 2 forces join forces, not only safety but also other places will be guaranteed. Jian Xin's analysis is straightforward. Senior brother, don't hesitate, senior brother Jian Xin is right. The Xuanling royal family has been so smoky recently, I'm afraid there is a plot, and there are hundreds of sect disciples behind us. Feng Hong, who was beside Feng Lin, couldn't help saying. If that's the case, then that's it. Get ready and head towards the land of Holy Flame. This time, I want to see what the asterisk is going on with the Xuanling royal family. Jian Xin said, and after speaking about the two powerful men, they headed towards the land of Holy Flames. In addition to these super sects, other Solomon, Pill Valley, Puppet Mansion and many other forces are also heading towards the land of Holy Flames. They know that other treasures in the Blood River are too much compared to the land of Holy Flames. Child's play. And with so many forces moving towards the land of Holy Flames among the Blood Rivers, the land of Holy Flames has also become lively. Continuing from the previous episode 1012. In the core area of the Blood River, it is dark all day long, and on the ground, the soil is different in color, which is obviously affected by the previous battles. On the land, there are ravines, and among those ravines, one after another is broken. The weapons are left, and people can see at a glance that there have been many quite astonishing battles here. And in this space, a high altitude exudes an extremely fiery wave, and under that fiery wave, many people can smell a rather fiery breath, and there are countless people in it. Think of the Holy Flame, Big Brother. Second brother was killed by Xiao Yan. Not long after, in the Xuanling royal family, Tianong and Qi Haoqing had just returned to the base camp for 3 days. They all know how ruthless the people who only recognize their interests and who do not recognize their 6 relatives have ruthless means. Is it Xiao Yan again? Gray-clothed Tiangen frowned slightly when he heard the words. Big brother, this guy from the burning incense pavilion is too deceiving, and even if the second brother uses that power in the end, they will still be completely obliterated by them. This revenge must be avenged. A trace of extremely vicious killing intent emerged from the pupils of the 3 days of Zhang Tianong. For now, let's wait for the Holy Flame Land to pass. Don't worry, this time, not only the people from Fenxiang Pavilion can't run away, but the powerhouses from other sects can't run away either. Because they will be the nourishment for that thing in the end. After Tiangen finished speaking, he suddenly smiled slightly. Fenxiang Pavilion now has 2 holy flames, so be careful. Qi Haoqing suddenly thought of something and said slowly. This time, the holy flame is bound to be one. And in the land of holy flames, there are still things we need to do. After Tiangen finished speaking, he was the first to calm down, his eyes fixed on the fiery space in the sky. Let's just wait. When the powerhouses of other sects come, it will be the time to open. Tiangen knew that this was the entrance to the land of holy flames, but the power of the seal at the entrance was extremely powerful. The powerhouses who gathered many super sects may not be able to crack it. Is that the place of holy flame among the blood rivers? It is said that Sheng Yan is the most powerful existence of fire attribute in the world. If you get one by luck, I am afraid that the strength will increase geometrically. Hey, holy flame is good, but don't forget, now that there are so many powerhouses eyeing them, I'm afraid there is nothing to do with us. There were constant whispers in the huge crowd. The people from Wanjiamen have arrived. After a while, the always quiet Tianhong couldn't help but say. Boom boom boom. As Tianhong's voice just fell, in this sky, one after another astonishing sword energy suddenly reverberated in the sky, and then above the substantial sword energy, a dense crowd suddenly appear. This is the head of the super sect, Wanjiamen? Sure enough, what is this? The disciples of Wanjiamen's mastery of swordsmanship are unmatched. Some figures also said quite interestingly, well, the number of disciples doesn't seem right. The next moment, the quiet Tiangen said while staring at the sudden appearance of the Wanjiamen troop. When did the people from the ancient wilderness hall get together with the people from Wanjiamen? Interesting. Tiangen's eyes are quite vicious, and after a few breaths, he noticed the difference and said, these damned guys. When Tianhong saw these guys, his pupils also flashed a very weird look. At the beginning, they besieged a few people from Wanjiamen. If it wasn't for the people from the ancient desolate palace who secretly shot, I'm afraid there would be no Wanjiamen now. Unite, let's unite. When the time comes, you will enter the land of holy flames and kill them unconsciously. It's just like killing Yin Tong at the beginning. Tiangen also knew that this was the result of Tianhong's unfavorable actions, but he said lightly, obviously quite confident in his own strength. A guy from the Xuanling royal family. The man in gray at the head should be the leader of the Xuanling royal family this time. It is said that this guy has successfully survived the death calamity of the 8-star Dou Emperor, thus giving birth to the power of death, and his strength has completely reached the limit of the Blood River, in the early stage of the 8-star Dou Emperor. Just appeared, the two leaders suddenly spoke. Let's take one step at a time. Although this guy is very strong, but we super sects are present, I am afraid they will not dare to do anything harmful. The elder brother Feng Lin of the ancient desolate hall said slowly. Really, however, according to the relationship between the Xuanling royal family and Fenxiang Pavilion in the past, I am afraid that this time the fate of the Fenxiang Pavilion will also be. Jian Xin nodded slightly, as if thinking of something. Not necessarily. After all, there is a pervert of Xiaoyan in the Fenxiang Pavilion. And have you found out, the Xuanling Emperor's 4 heavenly congregations now only have the Great Heavenly Congregation and the 3 Heaven Congregation. As for the 2nd Heavenly Congregation and the 4 Heavenly Congregation, they are missing. According to my guess, this seems to be related to the Burning Incense Pavilion. Feng Lin Zaidu, the elder brother of the ancient desolate hall, said. Let's go down first. When the other super sects arrive, it will be the time to open the land of holy flame, and then where will the real life and death situation? Down. The people of Wanhua Pavilion and Poison Sect are also united. And just after the people of Wanjiamen and ancient desolate hall settled down, a figure slowly appeared in the distant sky. The remnants of the Burning Incense Pavilion are my comrades. You will always pay the price. When Tiangen saw this team, there was also an astonishing killing intent in his eyes. And with the arrival of these teams, the space outside the holy flame land of the Blood River is also filled with an unusually restless smell of gunpowder. Right now, I'm afraid there is only the Burning Incense Pavilion. Fenxiang Pavilion is the protagonist. You can't have stage fright, right? Some guys with good eyesight found that the major super sects present had gathered, and now there is only Fenxiang Pavilion. Big brother, the guy from Fenxiang Pavilion, wouldn't he be afraid of us and shrink back? Tianhong couldn't help but say something. Haha, isn't that coming? And as Tianhong's questioning voice just fell, Tiangen, who had been closing his eyes, opened his pupils slightly, and suddenly there was a fiery wave in the space outside the holy flame land. Slowly spread out. In addition to the fiery fluctuations, the people in the Burning Incense Pavilion also arrived as promised. It seems that the main event of the sect competition is about to begin. And Tiangen also smiled slowly, and his smile was full of boundless killing intent. Continuing from the previous episode 1013. That's the leader of the Xuanling royal family. What are you doing in Datianzhongtian? It's really strong. Xiaoyan and his party just landed on the ground, and Xiaoyan secretly looked at the gray-clothed Tiangen, but what surprised Xiaoyan the most was the discovery, even with his current level of soul power, he still can't see through this guy. This guy should have some means to hide his breath. But according to my guess, this guy should be the most dangerous existence in the Xuanling royal family. Moreover, he probably also has the existence of a foreign evil clan. Mu Tianyuan, the senior brother on the side, whispered to Xiaoyan. After a while, I will enter the land of sacred flames and act according to chance. I always feel that the land of sacred flames is not so simple. Xiaoyan slowly stared at the fiery space, shook his head and said, It's very wrong, as if something has eroded this land of holy flames. Mu Yingying also frowned and said slowly. And just when the people in the Burning Incense Pavilion settled down, the figure of the Xuanling royal family was also moving. Everyone, I am the heavenly stem of the Xuanling royal family. Since everyone has come here, it is enough to show that everyone is a powerful person. Now the land of holy flame is within easy reach. We need all of us strong to join hands to open the seal. Everyone, please. Tiangen said slowly. As soon as Tiangen's voice fell, there was a commotion among the other forces. Tiangen saw this and did not intervene too much, but lay calmly in the sky. The powerhouses above the late 7-star Dou Emperor, follow me and break the seal. As the commotion calmed down, Tiangan Zaidu said something. As soon as Tiangen's voice fell, many figures flew away directly towards the sky. They were all leaders in their respective super sects. Although they did not have a good impression of the Xuanling royal family, they joined forces to open the seal. Things that must be done. Senior brother, don't use your full strength for a while. Just as Mu Tianyuan and the others swept towards the sky, Xiaoyan's soul power was directly transmitted to the minds of the 7 people in the Heavenly Palace. Although the 7 people in the Heavenly Palace were puzzled, they nodded slightly out of trust in Xiaoyan. Very good. Everyone, let's do it. Take your strength against the seal and attack, and I will naturally handle other things. Tiangan said slightly, looking at the many strong people around him. Come on the sword. Ancient Wangli, quote. As Tiangan's voice just fell, a burst of dazzling power suddenly emerged from the strong people around him. It's good to come. Break it for me. And Tiangan looked at such a turbulent power, and smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth. A force of life and death was slowly born in his body, suddenly converged with the huge group of power, and then directly hit the fiery space. And go! Damn it! This guy has actually reached the level of an 8-star fighting emperor. And the powerhouses present at this time, at least one of the top powerhouses in their respective sects, still couldn't help but see the power of life and death on Tiangan's body. Surprised. Boom boom boom. The attack that gathered everyone's strength was very comparable to human beings. In a short period of time, it caused this space to vibrate slightly, and then under the gaze of many eyes, it hit the hot space with a bang. Bang bang bang. Just as the gigantic light of power hit the fiery space, waves of fiery fire suddenly radiated from it. Go back, you just need to wait. Tiangan watched the fiery space gradually weaken under such a huge force, and then said something to the many strong people around him. As soon as the words fell, these strong men suddenly returned to the sect forces without saying much. The entrance to the land of Holy Flame is about to be opened. At this time, Yan Qi's eyes became solemn. I'm going too, Mu Yingying said to Xiaoyan. No, if it's too dangerous, you just stay here with the big army. As soon as Mu Yingying finished speaking, Xiaoyan and Yan Kai said in unison. I don't care, I'm going. My holy flame told me that there seems to be something inside that needs it. Mu Yingying bit her lip and said slowly. What's going on? Just as Xiaoyan was about to say something, a white piece of soul light in the depths of his soul realm surged. This thing is the holy flame soul seed that he obtained in the Yin Corpse Forest. According to his uncle, the Golden Dragon King, it is flaming, and its function is to save the holy flame, but Xiaoyan so far has nothing specific happened. And when this holy flame soul was surging, the extremely evil aura on Yan Qi's body slowly disappeared, but even Xiaoyan didn't notice it. Go in for a while and follow me closely. Xiaoyan frowned as he looked at Mu Yingying, who was so stubborn, and said. I also need to go. I want to clarify the matter of Yintong, and let Fenshin tell the truth. Yan Qi seemed to be worried that Mu Yingying would go into it, and immediately said. After a while, Xiaoyan, Elder Yan, Mu Yingying and the 7 people from our heavenly palace entered it, and the other powerhouses were here to be on guard. Although there are many strong people who have entered the land of holy flames, in order to prevent the Xuanling royal family from secretly attacking our Fenxiang pavilion, we still need to keep some strong people. Man, Mu Tianyuan also said slowly. Everything is according to what the senior brother said. In the face of the arrangement of the senior brother Mu Tianyuan, there was no one in the entire sect who objected. The entrance to the land of holy flames. Open soon. After everyone made a decision, the 2 forces that were stalemate in the sky finally shattered with a few bang 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 sounds, and with the 2 forces when the power was broken, the entire space was suddenly filled with an abnormally violent flame power. But in addition to that, an astonishing huge vortex suddenly appeared in front of everyone. The entrance to the land of holy flame is open. Ha ha ha, come on for me, holy flame is mine. A loud laughter echoed in this space. 7-star Do Di powerhouse, you can enter it. Let's go, Tiangan said coldly, and then several figures swept into the vortex of space without stopping. After we leave, be careful with the guys from the Xuanling royal family. If you have to, you can leave first with a large army. Mu Tianyuan explained. Let's go too. As soon as the voice fell, Mu Tianyuan took the people from the burning incense pavilion and swept directly into the vortex of space. The highlight of the sect competition, the land of holy flames, this time not only to return the previous suppression of the Xuanling royal family to their burning incense pavilion, but also to find out the truth of the fall of senior brother Yintong. Continuing from the previous episode 1014. Boom! With the opening of the space vortex, Many powerhouses in this sky became restless, and then the powerhouses whose strength surpassed the 7-star Do Emperor directly turned into meteors and poured into the space whirlpool. They know that there is a real holy flame in this land of holy flames. If they can get a holy flame, I am afraid it is enough to make them fly to the branches and set foot on the top. All of them are the leaders in their respective sects. They know that the land of holy flames cannot be won only by relying on the number of people. Therefore, if the disciples who are not strong enough to enter the 7-star Do Emperor enter it, it will only increase their troubles. Crash! With the appearance of a ray of light, a group of people slowly revealed their faces. Looking at it from a close distance, they were the 7 people from the Fenxiang Pavilion Heavenly Palace, together with Mu Yingying, Yanqi Xiaoyi and Xiao Yan. What a hot wave! I'm afraid I just came here, and the space is filled with a thick flame. This should be the pressure formed by the long-term release of holy flame. Xiao Yi said. As soon as the two of them finished speaking, they immediately looked at the people behind them. Because they were cultivating fire attributes, they didn't have any impact. Is this the land of holy flames? Seeing that there was no change in the crowd, Xiao Yan suddenly stopped and looked at the world carefully, and when he looked at the land in front of him, he couldn't help frowning. And with Xiao Yan's voice, scenes of extremely shocking tongue-smacking scenes also appeared in front of everyone. The land in front of him was heavy and gray, and there seemed to be no aura. It was extremely barren, as if it had been drained by some mysterious force. The potholes appeared, and there were many bones and some broken weapons everywhere. This scene haunted everyone's heart for a long time. What exactly has this land of holy flames gone through? Why is there not a trace of power in this land or even the space of holy flames? That feeling, it seems that the power in this space and even the land has been pulled away by something. Xiao Yi took the lead in breaking the calm and said, It's a long story, but I did feel the fluctuations of the holy flame in the depths of this space. Yan Kai shook his head and said, but Xiao Yan vaguely guessed from the eyes that suddenly became several times older, This guy I'm afraid to know something. To be precise, this is not the land of holy flames, but the battlefield of holy flames. After a while, Yanqi closed his eyes slightly and said, Holy flame battlefield? Xiao Yan suddenly became thoughtful when he heard the words, and then looked at the tattered weapons and bones on the barren land, and seemed to understand something. The appearance of the holy flame has made the powerhouses with fire attribute power in the great thousand worlds covet, not only the human world, but even the powerhouses in other worlds are also eager for holy flames. They know that getting a holy flame is enough to establish their true overlord status. Although I don't know which holy flame is here, but according to the news I got when I entered by luck, the holy flame battlefield here is a battle between the 2 powerhouses from the human world Xuanchen and the ghost world's Blood River continent. It was caused by the holy flame. Yan Kai muttered, and after that, he glanced thoughtfully at his sister Mu Yingying and Xiao Yan who already possessed the holy flame. Sure enough, Xiao Yan nodded when he heard the words, obviously all this was expected. Although our holy flame is born from the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, if it falls into the hands of people with righteous hearts, it can be said that if it falls into the hands of people with wicked hearts, I am afraid it will be a disaster for the world. And the existence of the holy flame spirit is, to another extent, the last guardian of the holy flame. The next moment, a shocked voice slowly appeared in Yanqi's mouth. No way. Back then, the holy flame spirit of mine tried to take away my body and even my soul. Xiao Yan suddenly frowned. Didn't you find it? The power of the holy flame is almost stored in the holy flame crystal. Your current strength is not as strong as the 9-star Do Emperor, so naturally you cannot be familiar with using the holy flame crystal to exert all the power of the holy flame. As for the holy flame spirit, although it has a lot of holy flame power, it is still insignificant compared to the real holy flame. Yan Kai said, having said so much, shouldn't it be? And Xiao Yi Junmei's expression condensed slightly. Obviously, this guy said the spirit of holy flame as soon as he came in. I am afraid that the battlefield here is related to the spirit of holy flame. So it is. Xiao Yan nodded secretly when he heard the words, because the holy flame spirit is powerful, and it can be erased after all, but the holy flame crystal, which has the source of holy flame, cannot. Old Yan, after talking so much, shouldn't this battlefield have something to do with the holy flame spirit? Mu Tianyuan, who was beside him, naturally noticed something, and immediately said, Smart. According to my perception, I am afraid that something unclean has been mixed into this battlefield, and the holy flame spirit is struggling to support it. This inexplicable disappearing power should also be related to the holy flame spirit. Yan, after Kai finished speaking, he slowly lifted up and looked at the deepest part of the battlefield. There seemed to be something in there that was about to move. Unclean things. I'm afraid it's an evil race from outside the realm. And Xiao Yan, with his huge soul power, also sensed a trace of evil aura, but the flame aura here was too tyrannical and blocked the evil aura. If I expected it to be good, it should be the alien race. But you have to be mentally prepared. I am afraid that the strength of the evil race from outside the territory that can make the holy flame spirit feel difficult. Yan Kai said in a deep voice. Don't worry, from the moment I obtained the holy flame, I knew that eradicating the extraterritorial evil race was an inescapable mission for me. Xiao laughed. Since the explanation is over, let's go. I will be responsible for guiding you along the way, but don't think about me doing it. In a place like this, the appearance of two holy flames will only cause more powerful rejection. Yan Kai said, N. Everyone heard the words and nodded slightly. Although Yan Qi's current strength has not returned to the peak, the dark disease in his body has been healed, so according to Xiao Yan's guess, his strength is probably comparable to that of one-star fighting immortal. Old Yan, where shall we go now? Mu Tianyuan asked slowly beside him. There are no treasures in this holy flame battlefield. Let's go directly to the holy flame land. Where is not only the holy flame, but also the place where Yin Tong has an accident. After Yan Kai finished speaking, the corners of his mouth moved slightly, and the power of holy flame within his body kept calling out. It seemed that something was calling at the end of the battlefield. Own, let's go. As soon as the voice fell, the Fenxiang Pavilion and his group, led by Yan Kai, flew directly towards the depths of the battlefield. :